Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is really freaking early. Important announcement. Gotta do it. Gotta do it right. Rating class that I will be using as my main in Warlords of Draenor. Kind of a difficult choice. It really was. But in the end, it's Valley. It's Valley. I want to say it was kind of obvious it was going to be a Paladin, just because I can play the Paladin all three specs. I can tank on it, I can heal on it, and I can DPS on it. I'm going to main DPS because I think the group's set for healers, and honestly, I don't like the aspect of healing. If it comes down to, oh, can you heal this fight? Yeah, I'll heal this fight, but if it just comes down to, it's like, oh, I'm healing this one fight. Okay, well, I'm not rolling on the healing gear. And the healing gear goes to the regular healers. I'll just roll DPS. And that's one thing that like it was kind of threw me off about going as a pally was the gear, more or less, because in my group right now, standalone, I've got three other people that I'd be going against for tank gear, and one of them's a tank. Not tank gear, plate gear, and one of them's a tank. Actually, two of them are a tank, and the other one's a DPS. And so it's like going against the DPS for gear, it's not really much of a problem. Going against tanks for gear, that was kind of bad. But I figured it out. Pretty much, DKs are the only tanks that would use a two-hander. Frost DKs always dual wield. You can get Warforged heroic dungeon gear, so I wouldn't have to worry about weapons. Most I'd have to worry about are rings and trinkets, which that's fine. There's only one other person I'd have to compete for that. The regular strength gear is cool. If it comes down to it's like, oh well, this plate gear goes like, hey man, if I'm healing, I'm technically getting pieces for the set anyways. It's like, oh yeah, this plate gear drop, just give it to me. Mastery haste, slap that shit on me. Another good thing about being the pally and rating is I've got enchanting and blacksmithing as the professions already, so yay, I get bonuses from the garrison buildings. I will still have my monk, and if it comes to a point where I think it is required to raid with, I will level it. As it looks right now, I'm kind of stuck at that point with uh, oh my god. Oh wait, my queue probably bobbed. Oh no, my queue didn't. We're waiting on one healer. Okay. Um. Anyways, the gear's fine. The ability of me to be able to do my job's fine. The only thing that might be a pain is oh, okay. The only thing that might be a pain is if we have other people that decide to come in on alts and they're pallies and they're like, oh, we want this. Rolling against alts for gear, man, I don't think I can do. I mean, I have a hard enough time rolling against someone off spec when it's my main spec. It's like, ooh, okay. But, we're supposed to be going Loot Council next expansion. That's good. I really like the Loot Council system, actually. Frank said that he probably will not be raiding, which means the group is down to tank. However, Pretty Blood will be able to tank. If not, I'm not doing it. I'm not tanking on a pally. I can't do it. I don't want to do it, more or less. It's not that I can't. I know how to play the prod spec, especially on beta right now. It's really fun, especially with the consecrated. But it's just one of those things that I prefer not to do. That's why I'm going with Ret Pally. And he's like, yeah, Ret Pally, I don't really want to tank or want to heal 100% of the time because, just from being there, it's like, oh, wiped. Healers need to pick it up. Tanks need to pop cooldowns. No, really. I mean, wipe's a wipe. It doesn't matter why we wiped it. The fact that we did wipe. So why Pally over monk? Gear, uh, it was a thing to get over with the Pally because as a monk, I have almost nobody to compete with for gear, especially in the agility department. But that would be with Ugly, and yeah, that's the only person I can see myself competing with gear. What else would it be? Oh, and he's going to be competing with a Shaman Healer. Ooh, buddy. Love to see those two. Anyway, so gear, Monk won that one, but it comes down to I would be taking less gear away from healers if I went Paladin. And it's like, oh, well, Druids, I'm taking their leather, I'm taking their wrists and off pieces and everything. I'd be taking gear from the Druids, healer, for that. So this way, I'm maybe taking gear from the tank, but if we're able to kill this boss and not have a tanking issue, then tank's gear doesn't really matter. I think the only gear that the tank really needs is gear to be able to take the hit. Even my dog agrees. Playability. I can play a monk to the absolute top level more or less right now. It just comes down to the point where when I get lazy enough to, I slack. It's like, okay, Garrosh. I don't top the DPS meters at all on Garrosh. Now, I could top it during the first phase if I were a cheesy bastard, but I'm not. I prefer Zune over Russian Jadeland, and I prefer to beat the crap out of Garrosh rather than AoE the shit out of all the ads. Because I know the ads are going to die, and I just want to get Garrosh through the transition faster. I look like, oh yeah, well I'm so low on damage done, but really when you look at it, I'm actually higher when it comes to damage on Garrosh himself. As a Ret Pally, it wouldn't really matter because one of the perks bakes in AoE. And the damage from your abilities, it's amazing. I mean, other than the Warrior, which I may also play, but I'm not going to rate on, the Pally has the most DPS altering abilities, really. You can choose Holy Avenger. You can choose, what was the other one? Holy Avenger. Like, Divine something. I'll look it up right now. I have my Pally up. Other than Holy Avenger, you can choose Divine Purpose, and Divine Purpose is... Ooh. Yes. Yes, actually, you use Divine Purpose with... You use Divine Purpose with Final Verdict, and... Oh, God. Use Divine Purpose, Final Verdict, that can proc Divine Storm, and then you use the Divine Storm with the new buff from Final Verdict, and you also get the buff from Empowered Divine Storm, and then you can proc another Divine Storm. Dude, so OP right now. It might get nerfed, but even if it does, the gameplay is still better. I mean, they got rid of Inquisition, which was the only thing really turning me off of Ret Pally at any point. It's like, Inquisition? Really? It's a crap buff, man. It's like Tiger Power. Can we not just get it baked in? It's like, oh, okay, I use this and it increases my damage. It costs Holy Power, but if I don't have it up, I'm up. They changed Empower Seals to Righteousness now increases haste, which makes it a bit better. But it still seems like it would be more of a prospect talent, especially with how Ret is now attuned mastery. And honestly, I would have Haste Flask with full mastery on the gear because I would want to hit faster. But Celestalon decided, no. Gems, enchants, gear. That's it, gems, enchants, food, gear. No, that's as far as we're allowing customization to take. Now, flasks are just the standard primary stats again, so it's attack power and spell power bonus. Ooh, agility and intellect no longer gives crit. Okay. Okay, you don't get spirit flasks anymore, I don't think. You don't get stam flasks anymore. Flasks just seem like a pain in the ass now. And I gotta keep checking for that freaking cue to pop. It's not popping. Okay. Anyways, so I'm raiding with Pally. Right now I am on the legendary quest. I'm about 500 valor away from being able to move on from the valor part and then go kill the guy in Crasser and Wilds and do the 2 VGs. Got the rep, and then that'll go, and I'll collect the sigils, I'll get the lands, I'll get the metagem. I'm thinking within 2 to 3 weeks, and then I'll be on the Titan Runestones, and at most, that will take 6 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks, plus 6 weeks, that's 2 months, okay, 2.5 months, more or less. I will have this legendary cloak pretty much as soon as Warlords hits. If everything goes right, at best, I will have it within a month. Otherwise, I'm looking at possibly the, 2 months, 2.5. So that's the crappy part. Since my Pally is going to be my main, I need to get that cloak because that cloak, I'm telling you right now, is going to be with us until about the first tier of raiding. Unless the level 100 heroic gear is better than we're seeing right now. But I highly doubt it because the cloak is 616. Normal raiding gear, we don't know what it will be. Heroic raiding gear, 655. Actually, is it? Ooh, that makes me wonder. Okay, lots of loot. Oh no, okay, regular is 655, normal, then it's 670 heroic, and then 685 mythic. That's the first tier. Okay. So, 655, so 620 is a reasonable area to start off with. Challenge modes will give LFR gear before LFR is available, but there will be more proc trinkets in the raids now. That was stated by Blizzard. Our new cloak is a ring. It's a ring. It was a joke, honestly, between me and like a lot of other people. We were joking about the ring. We're like, guys, legendary is a ring, and you get it from a volcano. Well, it's a legendary where you start the quest at 99. It can be picked up at 99. Then, yeah, it goes and it gets the ring. The reasoning for it being a ring is that you still want other rings. Yeah, you will want one other ring. Not just waiting. You will want one other ring. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Ooh, one other ring. So I will look for the best ring that I can possibly get, and then I'll say, hey, I want that ring. And then there's going to be other legendary items. They're saying that they want to do legendary weapons for difficult content, really difficult content. Mythic. So if you raid Mythic, you'll have a chance at legendary weapons. They said no class quests, but I can tell you right now that's not going to happen. There are going to be class quests, but they didn't announce it just to keep people from re-rolling. Because think about this, if they would have launched Miss Pandaria saying, hey, you know what, Warlocks, you get green fire. How many people would have rolled Warlocks? I mean, just look at the statistics of the level 90 boosted characters. Warlocks are way up there. Why for the green fire quest? That's all it is. What re-rolling into Pally allows me to do, like, again, on topic about the Pally, I'm able to bring more raid utility. They've severely limited it, but I do still have Hand of Sacrifice. With Hand of Sacrifice and Eternal Flame, which is a DPS loss to use Eternal Flame, at the same time, if it's a time where I can't really do much DPS, I can help out on heals, I'm going to use Eternal Flame. Unless we have another Valley, in which case I'll just go with the shield. This allows me to have Hand of Sacrifice, double it up with Clemency, flip it to where it doesn't transfer damage to me, and it's also a Dispel. That's what some people forget, is that Red Valleys have a Dispel. They just can't use it on themselves. Again, I would have no contest for two-handers. It looks like Frost two-handed and one-handed. Well, two-handed and dual-wield. It's pretty much staying where it is right now. Dual-wield plays differently. It will be more of an AoE-focused spec. And with that, everyone's going to be going dual-wield because there's more chance to cheese and get high numbers. Which right now I think DPS, before scaling is completely done, right now it's around 40k for the highest that I've seen. So that's it. I'm not able to do much raid testing because I get fucked up on the schedules, but I'm able to see people do it, and I'm able to see the fights. And right now, one fight that has me really excited: Butcher. The Butcher. I really want to see the Butcher. It's pretty much patchwork from what people have described, and I can't really see Patchwork's old abilities, but I do know something like Hateful Strike. And this boss pretty much just both tanks stand in front of him, tanking them together, then taunt off of so many stacks, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. You have something about groups, and you got to move with like a range for a debuff. So we may have our hunter do that. I'm in my raid, so I will talk to you later. Yeah, it's basically on my Valley. I'm going to be raiding. I'm going to have my legendary cloak. I'm going to be doing badass on it. So yeah, I'm also going to try to aim for ranking in DPS.